Okay, we are gonna have a quick screencast of a tip for you who have no clue what these are. These little buttons up here are called group selections. What the whole idea of them, F1, F2, F3, is that they represent your keyboard. That is that after you create a selection, you can just press the key on your keyboard related to that function key. That's F1 is for the F1 function key, F2 the F2 function key, and so forth, so that you can quickly move around between selection of different units. So, for example, currently I've got one ship selected here. So if I want to, I can set up like F1 to be just that one unit. So let's click on set. So we are in set mode and we click that. So now that actually will set that. Now, one thing that you might, if you didn't notice, you have this little drop down here. Well, this drop down, Shift, Alt, and Alt Shift. So basically you have 48 different selections that you can use. I.e., if you want to, let's go to here. And let's do Shift and have that as F1. So, in the case of F1, I press it and I get my one ship. If I do Shift F1, I get the other ship. So, you can easily go back and forth between those two selections. Now, obviously, in this case, in this scenario, it doesn't really matter because the target is what I'm going to be shooting at. That represents your enemy. Normally, you don't have a selection for your enemy. You use group selection for groups of drones, plasmas, seeking weapons, or large, like a squadron of fighters. And also you can do it for larger squadrons of ships or PFs. Those are more long roads that you might actually see. Now, let's first start off. I forgot to actually start my turn. Okay, speed 17. That's the speed my ship is going to be moving. That's this guy. So let's go F1. And let's go next. Okay, he doesn't move. He does move. Okay, I already selected him. So let's move forward. Boop. Okay, moves forward. Okay, next. No one moves. Next, move forward again. Okay, let's have him move forward. I'm just going to press the Command 8 key so I can have him move forward. Now, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to launch some drones. So let's go down here. Let's launch drone. Move up here. Now, okay, I'm on number 1 and 2 rack. I want the direction to be C. And if you notice, when we just select the first row, and we select either the direction or the target, all the rest of that field, if this is the first action you do, more to the point that you did not actually change a selection for any of the preceding rows, as in all the rest of the rows, all the rest of the rows will be set to that same direction or the same target. This helps speed up the process of selecting targets and selecting directions for what those seeking weapons are going to do. Most of the time, the direction is going to be the same. Obviously, there's certain situations where you won't have different directions for your seeking weapons, even if they're the same target. But moving forward, okay, execute. Okay, I've confirmed. Okay, this is what I want to do. Yeah, I want both these drones going in that direction. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, now we have the drones are launched. Now, if you notice, all of the units are now selected. Most of the time, that's not what we want. So let's go down here and let's select just the drones. Select, check on set, and F2. So F2 now is going to be my selection for my drones. So let's uncheck that so that it's no longer in set mode. Okay, so next, okay, looks like the drones move. Okay, for the drones to move, now I've already got them selected. But if I didn't have selected, like, let's say got everything selected. Okay, so I press F2. F2. Oh, that was weird. I've selected F2 and voila, that's my drone. So let's move my drones. Move on. Next. Okay, now you have ships first. So let's go F1 for the ship. And then, so move that forward and I'll press to move the drones forward. Okay, next. Okay, and the drones move again. So just press F8 and then move forward. So basically, now, obviously, the one thing you cannot do currently is that you can't have multiple selection, i.e., combining selections of like F1 and F2, so that everything from F1 and F2 are selected. But a workaround for that is actually to select, okay, there are times I might want to move all of these, especially when you're in zip mode, and they all move. So do that. Let's do select F3. Okay. So now, now I remember what I did wrong. Okay. So now they're all selected. Let's go on to the next impulse. Next impulse, they all move. Oh, great. So even if I had previously, let's say, selected that, now if I want to, I can hit F3 and boom, they're all selected and they all move. And next, okay, we're going to move just the seeking weapon. So press, actually Shift F2. I just realized previously that I had Shift selected, so that's why I was having problems before. I forgot that I pressed the Shift key. So you have to press Shift F2. I had to press Shift F2 to select the drones, but so that will move forward. And that's the great thing about the group selections, is that it could really speed up your game and moving lots of units at one time, instead of having to move them individually or have to futz with the game control here and go, oh, okay, I need to select this, from here to here, there, or from here to here, so you can actually do a lot of selections. Now, one thing that you can do, obviously, on this is if you have all of them, there's one thing there's an extra tip. If you have a lot of them selected and you want deselecting, in the case of the Mac, just Control key and click on your row and it deselects it. And now if I hold down the Command key and I select again, but it selects it. You can do the same thing on the PC, whether it's running Windows or Linux, using the Control key, and that should be able to let you to select individual items in a list. And that's not just for SFU Online, that's for any program that you are running on those platforms. So with that, I hope you enjoy the tip and use it moving forward.